All right, so I have a video here which I thought shed a lot of light on the current climate and situations that we're dealing with right now when it comes to a lot of these Sufi cult groups, deviant cult groups, or anything the like of. So we'll just have a listen.
They cannot demonstrate, as I will show in chapter 2, that has adequately been done in chapter 2. So 1.9 is with regard to the prime importance of ilm al-kalam, and also a reference to cults and cult blind following and miracle making and superstition. So I mention, in reality, such people who are ignorant of the rational basis of belief in God are prone to claiming miracle making, superstition, imagination of visions in a wakeful state and dreams, and other elements of misguidance.
Absolutely.
Some Eastern mystics claim that if the body is freed from its material desires, then a person can reach enlightenment. But does this enlightenment conform to a knowledge that does not contradict the rational mind? If it does contradict rational thought, then it is not enlightenment, but rather a satanic delusion, or a delusion of the ego. Anyone who rushes into spiritual practice without attaining the requisite knowledge first is in fact largely following a hidden desire, such as in many of the New Age groups or Eastern mystical groups. This is on page 30, by the way. Or deviated Sufi cults, where that desire could be love of leadership, wealth, fame, notoriety, or even a desire for miracles. In fact, traditional Sufis, so I have to place the disclaimer, real, authentic Sufism. Traditional Sufis warned against such people. Authentic early Sufi masters would first teach the adept rational proof for the existence of God and his divine attributes. One of the earliest and reliable books, Al-Qushayri's epistle, Al-Risalat al-Qushayriya, starts with an elaboration of rational theology. So after this, I mention that even authentic Sufis, they warn against such type of cult. So much of the inauthentic Sufism that we observe today is as a result of not teaching the adept rational arguments for God or the Quran and Sunnah. So what I mean by this, a person affiliates with a Sheikh or a group, he must at least teach him either verses of the Quran and Hadith. And if the person is not satisfied with verses of the Quran and Hadith, then teach him rational arguments for the existence of God. Both of these. But if they are not learning the rational arguments for the existence of God, and they are not learning Quran and Sunnah, there is something missing. So if someone just learns Quran and Sunnah, it is perfectly fine.
So yeah, we'll leave it right there. To this brother's point, what I have noticed, I mean, I come from a cult group. I'm a former member of a cult by the name of Tmoa, whichever name you want to go with. And basically, growing up in that situation, I would see that a lot of people would just talk about the hadiths. To this brother's point, it's not good enough for them to learn the hadiths, read the Holy Quran or anything like that. In fact, they won't even practice it. It was just more like just throwing it around whenever someone would do something that you didn't like. Oh, let me pull up this hadith that's against that. But no one truly actually practiced, any of the hadiths or some of the ayats, the teachings of the Holy Quran. A lot of people would not practice that in the cult group, but would rather just use it, I guess, as a way to get someone else to comply with whatever they wanted them to do. And this went from all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom. You would see the leaders at the top doing this, and they would not practice what they preach, but rather they would be taking advantage of the members that's, underneath them, and would subdue them by using various verses of the Holy Quran, twisting it or manipulating it or something like this. And this is what we had seen and noticed throughout the entire situation when we were in the cult. So, Holy Quran and Sunnah was never enough. It's never enough for people like this with these type of secret hidden agendas and stuff like that. So I just think that the brother here just hit it right spot on the nail, and trying to have a rational understanding and thought and belief of the Creator. I think there's a lot of ignorance when it comes to that when you're dealing with a lot of these Sufi cult groups or deviant cult groups or whatever. And I wanted to just share that us here at R2F, we're not anyone special. We're not trying to act like we're better than other Muslims or anything like this, but rather we are trying to do our best as we can here to shed light on a lot of these different deviant satanic groups, because that's what it is at the end of the day. That's what it boils down to. These people are worshiping the shaitan. Whether they want to accept that or not, this is what they're doing. If you have love for money, that is your God. You have love for wealth, or you have love for fame or notoriety, that is what you're worshiping, because you're doing everything that you can to, get that or attain that. And God is just something as a placeholder that you kind of put in the way to kind of, use like a smoke and mirror or something like that. But we want to take time to just appreciate everyone that has been showing us the love, the support, that has been liking our videos and subscribing and commenting and so forth and so on. And we want to kind of just continue to spread this type of information to where we can help as many Muslims as we possibly can. So we will leave it there. Like, comment, subscribe. Till the next one.